Okay, we are continuing on the Harry Potter thing. We finished The Prisoner of Azkaban. Minor correction.
Yes, scored. Yeah. Yes. Okay. You want to start over?
No, you can embarrass yourself, and I'll leave that one in for
I'm
free.
used to it anyway.
Right. So, minor correction from the last video. I said that The Chamber of Secrets was John Williams' last film scoring, which I thought it was. Apparently not. He did the music for The Prisoner of Azkaban, which I don't think I ever knew really, but I'm kind of glad because I think that the score is great. And obviously he didn't continue beyond that, and other composers came in from Goblet of Fire onwards. So yeah, I think he did a great job with the scores over the first three films, and obviously like the classic themes from the first couple of films, like the main Harry Potter theme. And yeah, so Prisoner of Azkaban, it's the best one.
Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite one, and I don't always go by what I think is the best being my favorite. Say the Alien franchise, I think the first Alien is the best Alien film, but my favorite is Aliens. So, but for this series, I think it lines up where I think Prisoner of Azkaban is the best one. It's also my favorite. It's just a completely different spin than the first two films.
Wait, which one do you think is the better one?
Of what?
Of Harry Potter?
Prisoner of Azkaban.
Oh, I thought you said that this is your favorite one, but not the better
No,
one.
no, I'm saying this is an occasion where my favorite is also
yeah,
what I think is the best as well.
Somebody has this name.
So, yeah, Alfonso Cuarón came in to direct this, and it's just like such an out of the blue casting choice. Like, you look at Christopher Columbus, did the Home Alone movies, family movie, veteran, made sense for him to take over Harry Potter. Alfonso Cuarón, this like, it just, very, very strange, but very perfect, I think. Like, because this film feels like it feels like an art film at times, when you see the passing of the seasons, like the passage of time is shown through, like, just like the trees fall, but they're done in this really artsy way, but it doesn't feel too artsy.
Well, the whole theme about the whole movie is time, kind of, isn't it?
Well, time and death, the death and decay that comes from the Dementors, and seeing the Dementors fly past flowers that kind of wither and die and things like that.
Yeah, I'm just talking about time and time travel. That's like the theme.
I don't know if it is, because it only comes into play in the third act of the film.
Oh, Hermione is doing it all the time.
True. But it's just like, even the way the film looks, like it has a darker look to it with like the colours. Not that I'm a colour expert, but just the tone, like literally the tone of the way that it looks is a lot different.
Blue movie.
Okay.
Like, it's got a lot of cold colours.
Yes.
Harry is wearing a blue sweater throughout most of it. Even Hermione's pink is kind of a cool pink. Everything is getting a lot darker in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like happy.
No.
Happy clothes and happy colours all the way through.
No, and then, the story gets a little bit more darker when you have the serious black character who supposedly was the guy who caused Harry's parents to be killed, and now he wants to kill Harry, and Harry wants to kill him, which is probably the only moment of the film I don't really love, is when Harry's like, I'm gonna find him, I'm gonna kill him, and it's just like,
show your bottom teeth when you do that.
Huh?
Well, he's showing his bottom teeth.
Oh yeah, he gets
snarl.
It's just the performance is a little bit, it feels like someone trying to be angry rather than someone who feels angry. But that's,
you probably have to shoot that scene like 50 times. He's like, I want to see more anger. And he's like,
but apparently, Alfonso Cuarón, he kind of influenced and what's the word? He tried to nurture within all the young actors to kind of be more like kids at school, I think. Down to, like, obviously we see the kids now in just normal clothes a lot more.
Yeah.
It's only when they go to the lessons they wear the uniform, whereas in the first two films, in the uniform all the time. So that gives it a different feel as well. So it feels more like they're growing up, and yeah, and the story's so good as well. That's the thing, is that she wrote these really great stories with nice little self-contained twists and turns, and characters that evolve as the story continues and everyone gets older, and and this is the only one where Voldemort isn't really directly involved, because in the first one, obviously, you see him in the back of Quirrell's head. In the second one, you see one of his Horcruxes and kind of the memory of his earlier, younger self. But this is the only story in which he's not really physically in it at all. So that's interesting. Now, I think that there are better moments in some of the other Harry Potter films, more emotional moments, more like moments. But just overall, I think this film is the best one.
I find the Patronus charm very emotional.
Yeah, that's a really great scene.
It's a little breathtaking in a way.
Yes.
Both times, because I've seen it so many times. It's my favourite scene, I think, in the movie. But it's just the second time, the music and everything, and you realise
that it's him.
Yeah, and how powerful he is, and
yeah,
and knowing what Sirius becomes in the later movies as well.
Yeah, that helps.
You hate to see him suffer.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a really great scene.
And when you first see Harry meet Sirius, and they kind of play around.
You're going to kill me, Harry.
They kind of play around with this idea that obviously Peter Pettigrew is in the room, and they're like, "We're gonna kill him," whereas Harry thinks he means him. And it's a very fine line they're dancing over there, because surely straight away they'd say, "Harry, we don't mean you," but it is played so well that it really does work, I think. And I love that scene in the book so much. The whole ending is so great. Like, it's such a, and I think me and Connie need to agree right now that we're not going to get into the time travel thing, because we
can't do that.
No, we can't, because we both have different opinions on it, and we're kind of getting almost into heated arguments about it. So I think we
just have to leave it.
We just have to leave it, because otherwise we're going to drive each other nuts. But I don't think it's a time loop. Connie does. That's all I'll say about it, and we'll leave it at that. But I love how, you know, it reminds me of Back to the Future Part 2, when he goes back and sees himself from like different points of literal physical perspective, which you see with Harry and Hermione going back in time. I love David Thewlis's performance as Lupin. He's a character I loved in the books, and he isn't like he is in the books, I don't think. And you hear me talking about Richard Harris, like, oh, he's the perfect Dumbledore, just like in the book. But I really like that he isn't like the Lupin in the book. Well, he is, but he isn't. He has his own flavour to it, you know. And I didn't mind that. I liked that it was different. You know, I'm not someone who wants everything to be exactly like it was in the book. But he's just such an oddly warm character. You know what I mean? This is something. It's something you can't. He's not like a prototypical.
You want to give him a hug.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, and
he's there's something like I would feel safe around him.
Yes, that's a good word.
He's the kind of person I would go to.
A very unassuming character.
And I like new Dumbledore.
Yes, I like Michael Gambon as Dumbledore. You know, for me, it's never going to be the same. But I my favourite part is when, at the very end, when they come back after they finished everything, and he's like, "We did it," and he's like, "Did what? Goodbye." You know, just like it's a really kind of fun whimsy, which to me isn't like the Dumbledore in the book, but I like his take on it. I like that he does a slight Irish twinge to his accent, which is apparently a tribute to Richard Harris, who was Irish. Aww. So that's nice, I think, and you know, he's a great actor, and you know, we'll talk about him more as we get on throughout the series. But you know, I think
he does love his knitting patterns.
His knitting patterns. I like his take on it. It's a different one, and I guess I appreciate that they did something different. They didn't try to do exactly what Richard Harris had done. It does make me want, like, the one thing that really bugged me was that his beard and hair are less white. They're more greyish now, which always threw me. It just felt like a bit, why did his hair get grey? I mean, you're not supposed to think about it literally like that. I also don't like that they changed Warwick Davis, Professor Flitwick's hair, to this like black bowl cut. Like,
they changed his whole. He was old and grey.
Yeah, old and grey.
Now he's like 30 years younger with a bowl cut and a mustache.
Yeah, like that's.
He's not the same character.
No, he is. That is the same character. Professor
but
Flitwick.
I mean, he's the same. He's the guy, but he doesn't look the same at all.
No. Why? But he is the same character. So I mean, hey. Who's to say Professor Flitwick didn't want to like have a makeover and just magically make his hair look like that? I guess, but it's just it doesn't. Don't like the look.
The face is moving the same. You know?
True. Yeah. True. Even the face. Yeah. The face is more like his.
Different person.
It's not a different person though. It is the same character. It's still meant to be.
He looks like a different person.
Yes, but he isn't.
He looks more of a different person than Dumbledore does.
As long
old grey long hair.
Yeah.
Beard. Short freaking Nazi haircuts.
Yeah.
You can't leave that in.
Oh, come on, it's fine.
Yeah, but that's what it looks like.
Yeah,
the mustache
yeah,
too.
yeah.
He's like a dwarf Hitler in the new one.
Or Dwarf Chaplin, if you want to be a bit more softer on the
Who
comparisons.
started that trend with a mustache? Was it Hitler or
Chaplin had established that long before Hitler had adopted it. Yes.
Oh, there you go then.
And Chaplin actually, for a long time, was anyway. We'll leave. Forget
Wow.
about
I
no,
thought you
no,
were
no,
actually
no,
on
because
a
there's
current.
a story. They were both born in the same year, and there's been
Were they?
yeah. Anyway, so the whole Chaplin Hitler thing, we'll leave that to one side.
They were the same age.
As long as you're saying looks like a different person, that's all. Because I thought like you meant that he must be a different character because he looks so different. Okay, now we've established you meant that he looks different. Okay, what else about Prisoner of Azkaban? I just, again, just the look of it. You know, I like how it kind of fades out, but fades out to specific parts of the screen. You know, like it'll fade to black, but like kind of zone in on a face, and then it fades in. You know, just or fades out, things like that. Just real like nice touches. And again, it's just something that Quaron brought to the Harry Potter world that made it feel even more magical in a weird way, but by doing his own thing at the same time. I like what's her name, Emma Thompson, Trelawney. Again, completely different to the book as far as my imagination was concerned. To me, Trelawney was like an old woman, like an old decrepit kind of Trelawney, the divination teacher. You know, the one who gets
That's
kind of
Emma Thompson, the
Yeah.
crazy.
What?
The crazy woman
Yeah.
with the big glasses.
Yeah.
That's Emma Thompson.
Thompson, yes.
What? I had no idea. Well, you can't see what she looks like
Yeah, yeah.
underneath those glasses.
I mean, it's the Harry Potter series. Every great British actor has to be in it at some point. So.
Oh, she's like my least favorite character.
Yeah, in the book again.
I'm gutted that it's her now.
In the book, I imagine her as this kind of decrepit old, like frog faced. I'll leave that one in for free too.
I think that's what she looks like, actually.
It just seems too young to me in the movie, but you know, I think she's fine for what her part is to play in it.
I can't believe that's her.
But this is just a film that I've put on while I've gone to sleep so many times that like the first 20 minutes are just embedded into my brain. You know, like the whole night bus sequence, which was great.
That's why I sometimes start off where I left off the night before when I do that with movies.
Yeah, I usually just start over again. Like there's a comfortability to falling asleep to the same parts of the film. But yeah, I mean,
waking up to the same parts.
yeah,
When it gets too loud.
yeah. But yeah, I love it. I think it's great. It's the only one of the whole series I'd give like a 5 out of 5 rating to. The scene when he's flying across the lake with Buckbeak is just a great moment. This was a great moment. The ending's a bit weird with a freeze frame. It doesn't seem to build up enough to that emotional climax, maybe. But you know, it's its own film, and I really like that. You know, I think that the next couple of films really feel not by the numbers, but they feel very like, you know, that's how you do a Harry Potter movie. But this is like, here's how you do a Harry Potter movie, but make it your own thing at the same time, without losing that sense of, you know, the world and the stories and the characters. I don't know, just something unique about it. You know, it felt like someone actually tried to do something different with it, and it works, and that's what I like about it the most, I think. Anything else you'd like to add?
Sleepy time.
Sleepy time. Okay, so there we are. And of course, Gary Oldman as Sirius. You know,
Awesome.
he's so great. I mean, Gary Oldman's great anyway, but what a perfect casting decision. And Sirius is one of my favorite characters. I think everyone's favorite character, or one of their favorite characters, is Sirius because he's so memorable and is that father figure that Harry really needed. And I always remember it when I first read the book, when he says to Harry, you know, I'm your godfather, and, you know, you can come live with me if you want, you know, maybe you don't want to. And I remember feeling so excited for Harry. Like, oh my God, that's going to be so great for him. Like, I was so invested in the characters 3 books into the story that I was so happy that this was going to happen. And it didn't happen. I was gutted. So that the 4th book, I thought, oh, now he's going to get to live with Sirius. And then Sirius is like, you know, wanted man. The 5th one, we get to go to Sirius's house. Oh, this is what... And then, of course, he dies. So... it's always kind of sad to me, especially in the film when he says it, and it's just like, oh, I remember how excited I was when I first heard that before the 4th and 5th books had even come out. But yeah, so Gary Oldman is great, and I wish we'd seen a bit more of him in the fourth one. But anyway, we'll leave it there and pick this back up with the fourth one. After that, I think we'll probably get to the fourth one, and then you'll be going home for a bit. So we'll probably be a bit of a gap. Though I think I've already said I'll just wait until we've done all of these before I post them. So I don't even know why I just said that. So, anything else you want to add? Prisoner of Azkaban. Okay. I'm trying to think of like a funny quote to end it on, but I honestly... we'll come back later. Just a sympathy.
I'm too tired.
Alright, goodbye.
It's alright by me. Apart from the fact he throws cans of Carlin into a tree. Yeah, he's really cool. Yeah, he's really cool. But he's not quite as cool as you, 'cause